This is Super Yacht News with Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so happy Friday for everybody who is having the weekend off. I am not one of them, but anyway, happy Friday. It's on the screen right now. You can see the trail of motor yacht Anna. We mentioned Anna in previous videos. She was in Turkey since the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine. Actually, she was in the Caribbean, and then she quickly crossed over to the safety of Turkey and has been there ever since. But she recently left and headed through the Suez Canal and is going to Qatar. You can see that she's almost there now. She's recently gone through, or this morning she went through the Hormuz Strait, and she's on her way to Qatar there. So anyway, we'll move on to the first story, and this is the 92-meter super yacht Tatoosh has been sold. This vessel was previously owned by the late Paul Allen. He had three yachts actually. He had Tatoosh, Medusa, and obviously Octopus. Now Medusa was sold a few years ago. It's now called Athena 3, it's called. The vessel was for sale after his death. All of the wealth was transferred to his sister, left to his sister, and she sold Octopus, and now Tatoosh is sold. The vessel was for sale for $90 million. We don't know how much it went for eventually. I'm sure it didn't go for 90 million, but I'm sure it went for somewhere in that region. The vessel had a big refit in 2021. The same thing happened with Octopus actually. Just before that vessel sold, had a massive refit and the hull was repainted. Same thing happened to Tatoosh. Very highly maintained over the years, this vessel. Obviously, Paul Allen was a big fan of his yachts. In actual fact, before I even went into the yachting industry, I was in the cruise industry. I worked on cruise ships, and we were in Cozumel in Mexico, and Octopus was at anchor, and Medusa was docked next to us, and we got talking to the crew, and we said, "Oh, are you down here? You the owner on?" And they said no. But the owner owns the boat over there, which was Octopus, and he said that he thought he might need this third helicopter. So the vessel had sailed down from Miami to Mexico just in case he needed the third helicopter. So he had two helicopters on it, Octopus, but he thought he might need the third one. So we'll move on now to the next story, and this is an interesting story. Now, you all know the Ritz-Carlton, the hotel chain. They own tons of hotels, actually. You might have stayed in one, not even realize it's owned by the same company. Marriott, Luxury Collection. There's so many different hotels. They all come under one brand. Well, they've got yachts now. Well, they are super yachts. So what they've done is they've got this new system where they're building these vessels, they're effectively high-end cruise ships in the style of a super yacht. So I was a bit skeptical when I heard that they were building these, because the level of equipment on a yacht is such a high quality, and I've worked on high-end cruise lines before, and there's such a difference between a high-end cruise ship and a super yacht. So I was kind of skeptical. However, I haven't been on this vessel. Obviously, it's newly launched. But going by these photographs here, it does look very yacht-like. And it does give me that feeling. When I looked at the photos, I was like, oh, okay, it does kind of look like the cabin of a super yacht, or a suite on a super yacht. Now, the vessel is 190 meters long, or 620 feet-ish, at 25,000 gross tons. And it has 149 suites, and they each have a private terrace. And as you can see in the photographs here, they do look really nice. Like I said, lots of use of LED lights. The way the bedding, the wood around the bed and stuff, it is very yacht-like. They've definitely done their homework there. They can carry 298 guests. So obviously it's technically a passenger vessel. It's not registered as a yacht. The maximum capacity for guests on a yacht is 36. But the way I would sell this is that it's a yacht-like experience. Like for us mere mortals who are never going to go on a super yacht unless we work on one, this is kind of a way to get the yachting experience. So yeah, it's very interesting. Like I said, I have not been on it. I would love to go on. We are in talks with the Ritz-Carlton to try to go on board to do a tour at the very least. I would like to do a cruise, and maybe I'll have to just pay for it myself and go on and have a look around. But that would be really nice to go on there and check it out, and to be able to say whether it is actually at that standard or not. I'm sure there are going to be limitations, but it does. So far I've got good vibes from it. But yeah, very interesting. I will definitely bring you more on that in the future. This is not the only yacht they've got as well. They've got another one in construction, and I believe they're building 3 in total. So that's going to be very interesting. So that yacht is currently in Portugal, according to AIS, and it's doing a transatlantic cruise starting on the 12th of November. So it's going to be in the Caribbean for the winter. It's also going to be in Miami. So if you were interested, take your camera down there and get some video for us. All right, so we're going to move on to the main story now, and this is to do with the sailing yacht A. As you all know this yacht by now because it's been on the channel so many times. It's currently arrested in Trieste in Italy. Now, this boat was built by Nobiskrug, the same people who built Tatoosh, and it cost over 400 million euros to build. However, according to the website tonline.de, German website, according to that website, and obviously this has been translated from German, they are saying that the company was able to apply for subsidies from the federal government, the German government, when they got the contract to build this yacht. And it was to do with new technologies, and because there was a high chance of a failure of such new technologies, that they were able to get subsidized by the government, which I find quite incredible. And the shipyard did indeed apply for this subsidy, and they were granted 3 million euros. And according to T Online, who's seen some of the receipts, they said it could even be much more than 3 million. The German department that deals with it is called the Federal Office of Economics and Export Control. And yeah, so that is quite incredible, isn't it? The fact that they were able to get a subsidy. My question would be is, why did they not have to pay that back? I mean, surely the idea is that there was a high risk of failure because it's such a, it's cutting edge. These yachts are always bespoke. They're always asking for things that have never been done. So if it was such a risk, fair enough, they give them an advance payment, if you like, but pay it back because they must have made a profit. 400 million euros. These shipyards make profits. Having said all of that, Nobiskrug did file for bankruptcy a few years ago, and they were bought out by another company. I don't understand how a yacht company can go out of business when they're making such high amounts of money on these vessels. Just one more thing, just to remind you, we now have a Patreon page where you'll get to access exclusive content. There's something that's just gone on there live tonight. And there's also, you get early release of stuff, and you get access to all kinds of stuff that will never come onto the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, head over to Patreon at patreon.com/esysman. So if you've got any information about any of the stories we covered tonight, or any stories that we haven't covered, please get in touch. You can do so through the About page of the YouTube channel. You can get us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, and you can also get us on Threema. Be sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.